we go. That's it right there. Y'all ready? Okay. Minnie ain't gonna how to have these good pictures. Man, look at this. What we get? We got the flag. You saw it already? He showed me that. Oh, yeah. Stage. We did. Well, they took some out for a dance floor and had some just to sit. It was nice. It was, I think it was from, he couldn't say that. The thing about it. What we did is just took, some of them folded them up and took them down the halls. Well, they did.
Good evening. Welcome to the first annual Career Technical Student Organizations Officer Induction Ceremony. My name is Patrice Drains, and I currently serve as the Peach County High School HOSA President. Thank you parents, teachers, administrators, friends, and all of our guests for joining us tonight for this special occasion. Tonight, the student leaders of our CTAE department will officially be inducted into their respective roles for the following organizations: Skills USA, NJROTC, HOSA, FFA, and FBLA. Please stand and join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would now like to invite Timothy Dees Jr. to take his place at the podium for the invocation.
Good evening. For those of you who feel comfortable to do so, let us assume a state of reflection. Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for allowing us to gather here safely today. Lord, let us be able to conduct our business safely, effectively, and productively, and let us be able to return to our homes safely. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I would now like to invite our CTAE Director, Mr. James Lassiter, to take his place at the podium.
Good evening. I want to thank you all for attending this evening. This is something I've kind of thought I wanted to do since I took over the CTE Director position a few years back. I thought it would be good to have a mass induction of our officers and have the community come in and witness that induction. My name is James Lassiter. I am the Director for the Career Technical and Agricultural Education Department here at for Peach County Schools. What it is, the CTAE, of course, is your acronym. What that does is the students take courses, whether it's in business ed, agriculture, healthcare, automotive. These help them to prepare them for either a career right after high school or better prepare them for vocational college or four-year college. Some of these students you're going to see tonight went that extra step. Not only are they taking one of these CTA courses, but they are involved in the CTSO, that's the student organization for these courses. Not only are they involved in the CTSO, but they have decided to take up a leadership position in these organizations. So we're here to celebrate them tonight. They will be not only leaders this year, but they will be our future leaders of tomorrow. And that's what this is all about, preparing our leaders for tomorrow. I want to thank you all again for your attendance tonight. Thank the parents for being here, the advisors for all they've done for these students. And I'll now turn the podium over to our superintendent, Dr. Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see you out this afternoon. I'm supposed to be at a leadership conference up in Athens, Georgia. All of the state superintendents convened up there for the last 3 days to discuss pertinent issues about education and future and allotments and all those kinds of things. But I wanted to be here with you guys, so I bolted from the conference a little earlier because I want to hang out with the cool kids and to look and see what the future is going to be holding for us throughout this year and in the years to come. And I must say that I am so proud of the students that I see out here before us today. I'm proud to see the parents, our teachers that are here supporting you. They're here because they believe in you, and you hear these same things every day at your homes or your churches or wherever it is with your peer groups, that you are somebody special. We're counting on you. You are the future and all of those things. And those are things that we mean. They're just not lip service. I believe strongly the way an organization goes is directly tied to the leader. And the leader, if they have convictions and they believe in what it is they're doing and they believe that they're there for service and not to be served, that's usually going to be a pretty good organization. It's really going to see things manifest in a positive way if a leader has those things in mind. So I charge y'all tonight to be those leaders in the future that we're going to need, folks. And we believe that we're training you to be that way. I know you're getting it from home. We believe you're getting it from the Peach County school system, and we're looking forward to great things. I had an opportunity a little while back to have breakfast with a group of our future leaders, our FFA group. And I always like to tell this story because it really did something to me as a leader that day. Mr. Kemp and Ms. Morales called me in for a pancake breakfast, and they set me up, so to speak. We went in for that breakfast, and I'm looking at chocolate chip pancakes. Look at her with the thumbs up. Yeah, we set you up, Brown. We set you up. And I fixed my plate, and I thought I was just going to sit there and enjoy breakfast and hang out with the cool kids for a minute. And after I got my belly nice and full, boy, they laid into me. They wanted to know about the future of their program and what is this barn going to look like out at the new school, and when will it be ready, and what is in store for us, and have you thought about this, and have you thought about this? And when I'm sitting there listening to these kids, two things came to my mind: enthusiasm and advocacy. Enthusiasm and advocacy. When I watch these children talk to me, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, we're talking about a $53 million facility. We have a $50 to $60 million budget for the Peach County school system. I am the superintendent of schools, and I have a bunch of high schoolers at a pancake breakfast talking to me about what the future direction of their program is, and they wouldn't let me off the hook either. I couldn't give them those little cliche, political answers. No, they wanted to get down into the nitty-gritty with it because they wanted to know how they needed to plan for the next year. And while they were talking, I see the enthusiasm in their eyes about their program. It wasn't something that Mr. Kemp or Ms. Morales was able to give to them. It was something that they just had. And they talked about aspects of their program, and they felt good about it. They felt good about the future. They felt good about themselves. They felt good about their peers. They felt good about Peach County, and they felt good about Peach County High School. And the more they talked, the more they drew me into the conversation. I thought I was only going to be there 15 or 20 minutes, but it turned into a long time that we sat there and we talked and we ate and we talked and we talked, and it made me feel good about the future of Peach County school system. But the other thing that came to my mind outside of enthusiasm was advocacy. They advocated for their program. They wanted answers for their program. They wanted to know what it would take for me to sign off on them to be able to build their program. Usually I'm sitting down talking to adults about those kinds of things. But these are 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th graders, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, they're not going to let this go. And if I don't have a plan, I better go get a plan pretty quick, because they are serious and they are for real about it. Those two things in a matter of a couple of hours conversation over pancakes, it really reiterated some things to me about leadership, and I hope that you're catching this. Your enthusiasm comes from your conviction, your purpose, what you were put here to do. Every morning I get up and I come to work. I told a young person the other day, I haven't worked a day in 28 years. I haven't worked one day in 28 years, because every day I come to a school, whether I am superintendent or I was coaching or I was driving a bus or I was a parapro or I worked in a lunchroom or I was a teacher or I enjoy each and every day, because it's what I'm called to do. And I'm enthusiastic about every single day that I show up and I'm able to do something that I love to do. And that enthusiasm, it is contagious. You don't want to follow anybody who dreads what they do. You don't want to be linked to people who don't care about what they do. And I don't see that in this room in here. I've seen FFA, I have seen ROTC, I've seen other clubs and organizations compete and perform, and the kids are enjoying what they're doing. Leadership and enthusiasm is contagious. Advocating for your program, you might be the only voice that's doing it that day, but keep advocating for it. Keep advocating for growth. Keep advocating for people to do better. You don't want your program to be the same next year as it is this year. You might be the only voice right now, but it's contagious. And before you know it, the right people will start listening to you, and then they'll start joining in with you, and that's how you continue to grow good programs. We expect a lot of you, so we give a lot to you, as evidence with this facility that you're sitting in. The people out here and the other people in our community voted yes to build Peach County a brand new high school. And that's a lot of money, folks, that we had to come up with to make this project happen. But the reason why they did it is because they realized that you are the future. And education is that thing that makes our future brighter. And it's not the books, it's not the computers, it is not the brick and mortar, but it's you guys sitting right here. One day, you'll be sitting on this stage. One day, you'll be standing behind this podium. One day, you'll be sitting out there watching your own kids. And this is why we take it so seriously. And we thank you for the opportunity to be able to educate you and touch the future a little bit. We wish you well. Thank you for the invitation. We look forward to great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, for your words of wisdom. Now it is time to meet all of our CTSO student leaders. I would like to invite Annalisa Hornaday to take her place at the podium.
Okay. Skills USA empowers its members to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible American citizens. We improve the quality of our nation's future skilled workforce through the development of Skills USA framework skills that include personal, workplace, and technical skills grounded in academics. At Peach County High School, Mr. Robert Hill and Mr. Kevin Sparks serve as the advisors for this organization. Officers, please rise when I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Your Skills USA Vice President, Alyssa Holzenbeck. Your Secretary and Treasurer, Esmeralda Hernandez. And I, the Skills USA President, Annalisa Hornaday. I would like to invite Samaya Harris to take her place at the podium.
Good evening. My name is Tamaya Harris. NJRTC provides the opportunity for secondary school students to learn the basic elements and need for national security and their personal obligations as Americans. The program enhances the image of the military in eyes of the community by providing a chance for success to the nation's youth. At Peach County High School, the advisors are Chief Robert Sermis and Petty Officer Marvin Burke. Officers, please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Executive Officer, Victor Garcia. Ensign, Kennedy Gordon. Lieutenant J.G. Jacqueline Ortiz. Ensign, Josh Daniel. And I am Tamaya Harris, the Cadet Lieutenant Commanding Officer. I would like to invite Patrice Drains to take her place at the podium. The mission of HOSA is to enhance the delivery of compassionate, quality health care by providing opportunities for knowledge, skill, and leadership development of all health science education students, therefore helping the student meet the needs of the healthcare community. The advisor is Mrs. Christine Spivey with the assistance of Mrs. Lauren Barker. Officers, please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Your HOSA Treasurer, Alondra Zavala. Secretary, Aaliyah Smith. And I, Patrice Drains, and am the HOSA President. I would like to invite Marissa Lee to the podium.
FBLA is the high school division of Future Business Leaders of America, America Phi Beta Lambda. FBLA helps high school students prepare for careers in business through academic competitions, leadership development, and educational programs. The advisor is Ms. Christy Riley, who is assisted by Ms. Monica Smith, officers. Please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Chapter Leader and Events and Community, Julia Cabrielas. Chapter Leader for Membership and Accounts, Sandra Cabrielas. Parliamentarian, Kaylee Mitchelson. Reporter, Austin Samar. Historian, Melissa Cabrielas. Secretary, Krista Howard. And I, the FBLA Vice President, Marissa Lee. I would like to invite Courtney Smith to the podium.
FFA makes a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through our cultural education. The advisors are Mr. Jody Kemp and Ms. Luz Morales. Officers, please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Your FFA parliamentarian, Brooklyn Heber. Your historian, Jade Heber. Sentinel, Mikoto Wilds. Reporter, Hannah Shields. Treasurer Elena Mitchell, Secretary Cameron Yon, Vice President Timothy Dees, and I, Courtney Smith, am your FFA President.
The National FFA organization is not limited to just the high school. At Byron Middle School, we have an established agricultural education program as well as our own FFA chapter. We have an established agricultural education, I said that already. At the middle school level, FFA students explore various careers in agriculture as well as uphold the mission statement of the FFA organization. The Byron Middle School FFA advisor is Ms. Callahan Kendrick. Officers, please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all officers have been named for our organization. Your Byron Middle School FFA Vice President is Tucker Sego. The Secretary is Alyssa Wiggins. Treasurer, Madison Doherty. Reporter, Callie Brewer. Sentinel, Braden Sanders and Stetson Crane. Student Advisor, Melina Borders. Vice President of Building Communities, Troy Pearson. Vice President of Strengthening Agricultural, Ross Hodges. Vice President of Growing Leaders, Mason Dussault. And I, Victoria Bird, am the Byron Middle School FFA President. I would like to invite Dr. Lionel Brown back to the podium to initiate the induction.
Will all student leaders please rise? All student leaders that were just called out, please rise. As leaders of your career technical student organizations, you have been selected by your fellow members and advisors to be the leaders of your respective organizations for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding your organization in all its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office. Your record of accomplishments indicate you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. From time to time during the year, you may encounter difficult problems, but through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed, and the CTSO organizations will prosper. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office, and will you do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of your respective organizations? If so, answer, we do. Say it a little louder, we do.
We do.
All right. I now declare each of you properly and duly installed in the respective office to which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and a cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and set high standards of leadership for all CTA members. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And at this time, we'll turn it over to Mr. James Lassiter for closing remarks. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Thank you all again for attending this evening. Dr. Harley, you want to say? Okay. It's a great bunch of students we have up here. We're going to have a great year. We've already started out on a good note. As you said, we got a beautiful new school. It's going to be awesome. We're ready to get started. We are going to have some refreshments over here. We thank you again for coming. Take your time, enjoy your students, and thank you again.